Hello, good people, and welcome to the Nothing Above the Moon podcast. Where we talk about everything under the sun. I had to take it back to the original intro on you, cuz.
I appreciate you doing that too.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. You know, I gotta lighten the folks, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm your host, Mike Johnson. I'm joined by my co-host, Cam Kratos Jr. Huff. This is definitely Kratos' son we're talking to here, man. So, special guest in the house.
Put some respect on Kratos' name.
Man, Kratos watch, bro.
Man, have you ever played God of War?
Yeah.
Why you don't like it?
It's a good game, man. I was just messing with you, man. It was fun when I played it, man. I think I played it on PlayStation 2 a long time ago. I came in the house and played it for a little bit that time. I didn't play much, but played a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
It was straight.
Yeah, some people you an Xbox guy.
Yeah.
And PlayStation is all about Kratos. So PlayStation, God of War is a PlayStation exclusive. So
That's
only
true.
PlayStation folks can enjoy the Kratos.
I can appreciate it, though.
Well, you definitely can.
But Kratos still trash, though.
Kratos ain't trash, man.
Yeah.
Kratos actually died in God of War 3, and he came back, had a son and a wife. Dog, that's some G shit.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. How do you die and then come back and have a son and a wife?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. Yeah, playing that game, they actually got that game kind of playing off the storyline of Thor, and like in the they call it the Nordic gods.
Yeah.
So those guys like Odin, Thor, and all these, and the Valkyries and people like that. That's how they got that storyline. So it's a good game. It's hard.
Okay.
You can't go through that game hacking and slashing, bro.
Mm.
I'm telling you right now. If you think you could go through that game hacking and slashing, you got a second thing coming to you. You're gonna get your ass tore up.
There's a little bit of strategy involved in that. What you're saying,
Bro? It's like, think about it like this. It's like Hulk going against Thanos. You don't walk up to Thanos trying to throw some hands with him without a strategy. Because think about a man who's a mad titan, who wears gold all around him.
Yeah.
He's about as big as you, and he already had one Infinity Stone on him.
he's bigger than Hulk.
You think was he bigger than Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So that's an issue right there.
Yeah, that's a big dude, man. And he purple. He got a purple man fighting a green man. Nice.
Purple people versus green people.
Yeah.
Well, the Hulk's supposed to get stronger. You know, and that's his superpower. Well, I mean, obviously he turns into a huge green giant.
He gets stronger?
The madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
Interesting. I thought once he got back, once turned to Hulk, that was it.
I mean, but he's supposed to get stronger and stronger the madder he gets.
Huh.
Yeah, so I guess he wasn't too mad when Thanos was putting hands on sometimes. Sometimes you take the mad whoopers in grace.
Ain't no defense against good hands, bro. If man got good hands, dog, what you gonna do, bro? If you ain't up there, if you not up for the task, ain't nothing you can do, man. No matter how hard you can swing, if you got good hands, man, he gonna get you, bro.
I'm trying to think of a couple of fights I ever witnessed in the day that I seen, dudes just walking in there, didn't think these dudes had good hands, and they ate them. You know, some people eat them like,
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you know a dude got good hands, you make that smack sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that be because you just tasted your blood. Just taste a little bit of your blood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Once you start leaking and taste that blood, bro, you might want to back up a little bit. You might want to come in with a strategy, bro.
You gotta think about Anderson Silva, man. Anderson Silva wasn't no big guy, but his hands was dangerous, bro. So it's like, all right, man, them hands on point, bro. I know what I'm messing with here now, man. You just gotta take them.
That's true.
And his defense was nice too.
Yeah, but he fell off quick, man. I shouldn't say he fell off quick.
Okay, but I say yeah,
All right, my bad.
He ran for a long time.
He ran for a minute, but man, what happened was he fought a dude who, was more of a tactician in the fact that, he took him to the ground. He broke his leg.
Yeah,
He broke his leg. Well, he broke his leg kind of
kicking the dude. Yeah, dude had a hard ass shin, man.
Whew.
Yeah. Who was that? Was it Matt Weidman or Weidman or something?
I think so, yeah.
He watched by now. He watched too. That's the thing. That's the fun thing about UFC, man. It's like we were talking about a while back about basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
Once people start getting that film on you, bro, everybody has tendencies. Once people start getting that film on you, man,
Done.
you done. Remember Shogun?
Yeah.
Mauricio Rule was killing Rampage, and Rashad Evans couldn't beat him, and now it's like,
Yeah.
he get beat every day now. So once they get that video on you, man, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but they got that video on Bones Jones. They definitely got that on him.
Oh yeah,
but they can't beat him.
He a different fighter.
Yeah. You think he on that crack?
I think he was, man. I think he got cheated the second time. I really did. I was doing some articles and stuff, reading on that. I think he got a little slighted, man. But just because of his previous record, man, it's hard for him to be like, this time it didn't really happen. Like the samples weren't really tainted. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard for people to have a reputation, and then once something comes back again, that's a part of that previous reputation. It's like, hey man, I really didn't do it this time. It's almost like if something happened with Mike Tyson, some girl screams rape, and Mike Tyson said the first time he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. But regardless of what happened the first time, public opinion is gonna crucify you, bro.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. So you can't. The thing is with most superstars, man, once they get pigeonholed, bro, it's a wrap. It's hard to get out of that box.
You're 100%. Chris Brown, for example. If another case about domestic violence come up again with Chris Brown,
done.
He did it.
Yeah, he definitely did.
He definitely did it the first time, but it's like, you can't. Yeah. Saying, no, I didn't do it, it's going to be hard for him to get away from him. So, yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah, go out there and get God of War, man.
Bones Jones.
Bones Jones. Yeah. Yeah.
Jones Bones, cuz?
Did I say Jones Bones?
I said Jones Bones just then. Getting old, man. Screwing up names, dog.
There's them peanuts in the morning, bro. you better put you an avocado in your system before you put them boiled peanuts in you, cuz.
You gotta have boiled peanuts, bro.
Boiled peanuts is good for you. I love boiled peanuts.
American pastime.
It's American pastime?
Boiled peanuts.
What about boiled peanuts and pig feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pig feet good, cuz.
Pig feet is disgusting, man.
Pig feet are good, bro. True, you look back on it, it was a disgusting thing to eat, but they weren't nasty, bro.
Bro, I threw up. That's the reason why I don't mess with pig feet, because I used to eat them things so much when I was a kid.
That's what I'm saying. So at one point, I think they were good.
Yeah, they were good, but then I can't have the taste for it no more. And that was early. My career, I tapped out with the pig feet.
Did you eat them, like, you talking about with the vinegar out of the little thing?
I put that being fresh out the I put it fresh out the vinegar, the little jar. You can see them, bro. Imagine you go to somebody's house right now,
yeah,
and you see the vinegar jar with the pig feet just twirling around in there. Could you imagine picking that stuff out of the jar now and eating it?
Cuz, man,
would you eat a pig feet now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The last time I had a pig feet probably was, oh my God, what year is it now? 2008, 17. It had to be like the early 90s, man, like 90, maybe 91, 92.
Okay.
Because later in the neighborhood, you sell like frozen cubs and like pickles and pig feet and stuff like that. Whatever. I think I bought one a long time ago. That's the last time I remember having one.
Oh yeah. I can't remember the last time I had a pig. Definitely the early 90s. But when I threw up, that was a wrap, man.
What about pickled eggs?
Pickled eggs are a little bit different, but I don't eat eggs no more.
Okay.
So I mean, they were good. Okay. I felt pickled eggs was something that I continue to eat those. Mm-hmm. I never had a problem with pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs were decent.
Yeah, they were decent, but it's nothing, Speaking of that, man, what happened to the times when we used to have the lady in the neighborhood, bro? You can go to her for the frozen cup, go to it for Rice Krispie treat, the candy. They don't have that no more. If you send that stuff out your house, bro, they consider that really the trap house now.
Exactly. And on top of that, too, you can't trust people like you used to, man. People putting poison in your food and all type of stuff, whatever, man. So it ain't as smooth as it was back in the day when you can sell candy and stuff out your house, man. Nah.
You don't think they was doing it back then? I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's reported more now. That's
exactly. Yeah. It's like people like, man, kids are getting snatched. I'm like, they was getting snatched back then too.
Yeah, that's true.
But it just they wasn't reporting it. Like they used to do. Yeah. What they do now, I should say. But yeah. So you had a good weekend so far. You went to go, like I said, we touched on a little bit of Thanos and. Yep. And I haven't seen the movie, so we can't go in depth about it. But we're gonna have a podcast next Saturday that we're gonna talk about it in depth. We're
gonna dedicate the whole podcast to Infinity War, because we can go, but we can give them about a good hour on Infinity War, bro.
We should, because the way Marvel did it. And I know you're not a huge comic book or Marvel guy.
I used to read the X-Men comic books a long time ago, and that was early '90s, man, and I stopped. So yeah.
Oh man, you should never. Don't pick that. Don't let
comic books trash, bro.
Comic books aren't trash, man.
Comic books are hot trash, man.
I haven't read a comic book I haven't read a comic book in a long time, but they're not trash.
You know why you haven't read one in a long time?
Why?
Because it's trash, bro. Comic books are trash. People are like comic books. The story and the concept behind that stuff is cool, but comic books are trash, bro.
Chitlins is trash.
Chitlins good, cuz.
Chitlins ain't good,
man, you
bro.
get some chitlins on some rice with some hot sauce, you don't know what you're missing.
So if somebody told you if you either A, you can read this comic book, or you can eat these chitlins with rice. You'll eat the chitlins with rice.
Damn right, I eat them chitlins with rice.
No, what about...
Cuz, man, you ain't got to give me that proposition, bro. Somebody said they're making chitlins with rice right now, I'm over there, dog.
Okay.
Chitlins and rice, bang.
So what about peanuts in the comic book versus chitlins and rice?
Boiled peanuts?
Boiled peanuts.
I'm going to have to go with boiled peanuts in the comic book, bro.
Okay,
I can get down with that proposition.
Okay, all right. Because chitlins... I never got into chitlins. I ate chitlins one time. I spit that stuff out.
They weren't good?
Bro, I couldn't get over the smell. Like when your mom over in the sink, you know, it's slave food, man. That stuff is classic slave food, like pig feet, you know, chitlins. That's slave food.
Who made the pig? Who made the chitlins? Your mama?
Yeah,
They didn't taste good,
bro. I just couldn't get over the smell. My dad ate them. My brother ate them. I don't know if my sisters ate them. They might have. But I never was a huge fan of chitlins. I just never got over that smell. I couldn't. The smell was permeating.
Yeah, they're strong, man. But if you clean them real good, let them sit. The smell. I mean, of course, as you're cleaning them, you're gonna smell them. You know what I'm saying? But once you boil them down, man, and get them on that plate, that smell goes away, man. I'm telling you, bro, you can't use Louisiana, man. Get you some Crystal hot sauce, man, and put it on there. But you got you something, dog.
Oh, man.
So French rice. Now,
French rice with pig intestines.
Yes.
That's a hell of a combo, bro.
That's good, bro.
Man, have avocado, man, with a little bit of seasoning sauce.
Avocado tastes like pure trash.
That's what my baby say.
Yeah, avocado.
She don't like avocado. Avocado is great, man. You just don't know what you're missing, bro.
People like avocados. I don't like avocados, dog. I can't do it, man. I don't like avocados or mangoes.
In your classic words, I know what your problem is, bro. I finally found out what your problem is, man. You don't eat mangoes?
I don't like mangoes, man.
Oh, man. What's wrong with a mango, bro?
I don't like them, man. Funny thing is, man, I gave my daughter some mangoes the other day, and she was like, no.
Dang, that genetic pool is strong, man.
She don't like mangoes either, and she only one. She was like, no. She all kinds. She eat little oranges, apples, blueberries. No mangoes, bro.
Oh, man. Dang.
You like blueberries?
Love blueberries. Love blackberries.
You go to the blueberry farm, man. We went last weekend.
Oh.
They got the blueberry farm out there in Monticello.
Yeah, just went out there and picked some blueberries?
Yeah, they got bro, it's acres and acres and rows of fresh blueberries. Blueberries from the store to me are nasty because they've been sitting up and they got that bitter taste. Like right off the vine, man. Oh, nothing like it, bro.
How much you have to pay?
I want to say they're $4 something a pound.
Oh, okay.
$4 a pound. It's not much.
Oh, okay. Shout out to what's the organization called?
Oh, God, I don't even want to tell you the wrong thing. I can't remember the name of it now, man. But they yeah, you go out there, man. Mm-hmm. They give you a little bucket.
Yeah.
And you do what you do.
Okay. Well, shout out to them. Yeah. Matter of fact, you need to send. Maybe we can take a blueberry trip, man, with my family. We go out there and pick some blueberries, man.
Cause first of all, your family enjoy it because it's nice. Mm-hmm. The weather's nice right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just have to eat some blueberries and have a good day. I loved it, man.
Okay.
We went last year too. So.
Okay. Well, let's transition back from blueberries back to Avengers. Okay. Now, spoiler alert. I seen the first 5 minutes on a unnamed source site. We're gonna keep that. But
we're going to send a silent shout out to that site because they keep
silent shout out.
They keep the movies coming.
They definitely keep the movies coming. But I seen the first 5 minutes, man, and very interesting to start it off. Mm-hmm. Now, if that is the tone of the movie, that movie has to be amazing, man.
Like I said, it's coming from a man who doesn't really watch superhero movies. I'm not really like, I'll watch them, but not really like into them. Like, I gotta go see these movies. I give it a 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10, however you want to do it.
Did you see Black Panther?
Yeah.
So what did you give that?
Like 3.
That's powerful, man. Some people just might have gave it a 5 because it was a black cast.
Oh yeah,
Wakanda.
I don't grade on the curve.
See, and I respect that. Grade the movie how it's supposed to be graded.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 5 out of 5. Personally.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think that's a 5 out of 5? You're gonna think Infinity War is a 7 out of 5.
Okay. If that's the case, I give Infinity War a 7 out of 5.
You gonna like it, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, I think overall, man, the way they kind of did this storyline with Marvel and all these different superheroes, because Marvel is different than DC, obviously. Mm-hmm. We talked about this before. DC has superheroes and Marvel has like gods. Like these dudes are on a whole different level, right? Mm-hmm. Like you got like Thor, which is the god of thunder. You got Odin, which is the god of Asgard. He's which is Thor's son. Then you have all these other people like Vision and you have Doctor Strange, and all these dudes have crazy superpowers, man.
What about Hawkeye?
Oh, well, Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkeye's a normal guy. It's the same thing, I guess, when you look at Iron Man as well. But
he don't have any superpowers, but this suit pretty much make him a superhero.
Yeah, but I mean, he get out that suit, his ass through daily.
That's true. What's her name? I can always forget her name, but she got no powers either.
You talking
Scarlett Johansson character?
Yeah.
What's it? Black
Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah.
Yeah. She not. I mean, she got other superpowers in other ways now. Yeah, she can make a man crumble. You feel me? But those are different superpowers. I don't know if she can unleash those in the movie. But she can definitely make a man crumble. Yeah. Shout out to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I mean, so you give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. That was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Movies.
Man. Yep. I seen Black Panther. I don't really go to the movie theater too often, man. I watch a lot of movies, but I watch movies at home. You know what I mean? So last movie I went and saw in the theater was Black Widow. I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, screwing up names, bro.
Yeah, you getting old, bro.
Black Panther.
Yeah,
and I say 3 out of 5 on Black Panther.
Okay, all right. Well, look at it like this: if that was one of the best movies you've seen of all time, and it was a comic book movie, imagine what Part 2 is gonna be.
I think it's gonna be trash.
Man.
I've been reading up on it, man. I could be wrong. It's all speculation, but I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it's gonna be that good.
Well, we all know this. We knew characters was gonna, get, taken out of the story.
Correct.
And I guess depending on what characters are getting taken out of the story, then that probably could add validity to what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it another way, but a lot of characters got taken out of the story.
Okay, I heard.
A lot of characters, bro. A lot of characters. This ain't like what was the one? What was it? Oh, the one where Vision first showed up. Which one was that?
That's Age of Ultron. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay, where they killed the girl, the brother.
Yeah.
It ain't like that, bro. A lot of people. A lot of people. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. A lot of folks gonna end up missing after this one.
Oh man, well,
a lot of folks.
Obviously
Staples gonna end up missing, bro.
Well, I guess they're gonna end the comic book series eventually. They have to.
Yeah, they get contracts too, man. It's still real life.
Yeah, it's still real life. Yeah. So people got to be transitioning out. So I mean, they never really died in comic books.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they actually
killed, you come back.
Yeah, they come back as something different. So but regardless, okay, all right.
Who's your favorite superhero, man? Marvel superhero.
Marvel superhero?
Please say Captain America.
Nah, man, I've never been a huge fan of Captain America.
God, Captain America get the job done, bro.
He do. I respect him. I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, I can't be a bandwagon and say Thor. I mean, not Thor, but Black Panther, because I just recently my brother-in-law told me years ago. He said if they ever do an Avengers movie, they have to do Black Panther. I'm like, who is Black Panther? Because he's in the comic books, but I would say Thor, man.
Okay,
I love Thor.
I give him now. I can give you 1A and 1B with Captain America and Thor. I give you that.
I like Thor. Thor gets the job done.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I like him a lot. So that would be my guy.
Vision a bitch.
Well, Vision was just something. It was a carbon copy of what he was. Jarvis.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a combination of all of them, though, wasn't he? With Hulk and Thor and all that type of stuff. Like part of I don't know. Man.
Not really.
That's how they explain it in the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, the comic books are different. It's like reading the book compared to seeing the movie.
That's why comic books trash, man.
Nah, comic books ain't trash, bro.
Comic books trash, bro.
All right. Well, speaking of trash, dog. speaking of trash, dog. I don't know how often you want to touch. I don't know if you want to touch on this topic, but Kanye, bro.
Oh man.
If you want to give it a one shot segment in our podcast, that's fine.
Kanye West trash, man. Kanye West always been a little bit off, man. Great musician. I always think one of Kanye's biggest problems was he was not as great as he thought he was. Like his music was great. Kanye West is I wouldn't say he's a once in a lifetime artist, because there's been guys sampling beats forever. There's been guys sampling beats well forever. As far as his rapping skills, not top 10. He's not terrible, but he's not a top 10 rapper.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? So
no.
what's really saving Kanye West is the fact that he's a great producer. But I still wouldn't put him as the greatest producer ever. I wouldn't put him in, as far as hip hop producers, I probably wouldn't put him in. He may make the top 5. I really think about it.
He might be top 5. You got JD, which cross over to like rap and R&B. You got Timbaland.
Like Jermaine Dupri, JD?
Yeah.
I forgot about that dude, bro.
Yeah, I love JD. JD did a lot of hits, bro.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not denying the fact that he did hits, but I just forgot about him.
Yeah, man. Remember JD? Timbaland definitely up there. Neptunes. Just Blaze, man.
Just Blaze.
You know, he made
I don't think he better than Kanye though.
Okay. What about Large Professor?
Don't know who that is.
Okay, well, Large Professor, he made a lot of songs for Nas. He did certain things for Jay-Z. Okay, what about Clark Kent? You know, okay.
Guru.
Yeah.
So Kanye West might be in the top 10, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of great producers, bro.
Madlib.
I don't know who that is.
Step the game up.
What about Alchemist?
Oh, yeah. But see, the Alchemist, man, the thing about Alchemist is I think Alchemist screwed up when he started making his own, trying to rap and do his own stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped liking him then, but, he's still working with Action Bronson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, what about your guy RZA?
Yeah. Got to put him in there, too.
Yeah, I mean.
The master of the break beat, bro.
Okay.
Perfected that.
All right. So.
Kanye might not make top 10.
Okay. These are just names we throwing out here like that. And,
True.
I mean, we missing a couple of folks. We're not thinking of everybody right now, but,
there's some guys out there.
Yeah, there's definitely some guys out there. I mean, what about the new guy who be working with the Migos? I can't think of the young guy's name.
Metro Boomin?
Metro Boomin.
Yeah. I don't know if he's better than Kanye, but
nah, he's not. Nah.
For this time,
yeah,
he's better than Kanye. For this time right now, he's better than Kanye.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, my little touch up on Kanye, man. I mean, a lot of people say he went into the sunken place. Like he went into a whole. I mean, for Kanye's first album, which was Late Registration, right? Or was it College Dropout? I forget.
No, it's Pablo, man.
Oh man.
Well, you wildin', bro. That shit was like 4 albums ago.
No, I'm talking about his first ever album.
Although you said his last album.
No, his first
my
album.
My bad. Because his first album was, I think, Late Registration.
Late Registration.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, okay. Nah, not Pablo. But from what he was speaking on that, man, to comparing to what he's saying now, man, not saying that you can't be a different person, you can't change your mindset about different things, but man, we already knew he was kind of
off.
Yeah, he was eccentric.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, some of it made sense to me for what he was saying, but now it just doesn't. It just seems like he needs help. Like, I think he never really recovered when his mom passed away.
Exactly. I think that's a lot of it too, man. Speaking of that, he said his album cover is going to be the doctor who he claims is responsible for his mom's death, the plastic surgery.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Poor Kanye.
Yeah, listen, man. His rest in peace, his mama, man. But people don't know how important a black woman is to a black son when the black man isn't there. Because she is the mama and the daddy, the auntie, the cousin. She's everything.
Yep.
And not saying that, other cultures don't have importances with their parents.
You're going to speak from what you know.
But definitely speaking from what I know, and definitely being raised by a single mother, well, until, my stepdad, who I consider my dad, and then I talked to my...
When OG came along?
OG came along around 86, 7? No, 88.
Okay.
88.
Okay.
So he's been there he's been there since I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's about 30 years, bro.
Yeah, so he's basically he basically raised me. So I was happy to have him. And I talk to my dad now, but I just started that relationship no more than 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, you're about in the same boat with that.
So, it's not been long, but I don't know what transpired between my mom and my dad, but my people like to say real dad and all this stuff, but my father, but I just learned all my skill traits from my stepdad.
Yeah, that's good, man.
And and he raised me. So, I love both of them, but at the same time, I'd be foolish to tell you that I know my stepdad more than I know my real dad. Mm-hmm. And I know him more. I just know him. That is what it is. But with Kanye, man, I mean, losing your mom, man. I mean, I almost lost my mom, and I went into a whirlwind. And I don't think being famous, that's a whole different type of psyche. Not losing your mom. Add that to your mom. Losing your mom. Whew.
Yeah. You got everybody in your face, man. Paparazzi, every time somebody turn around, got to ask you a question about it. Every interview, man, they want to ask about it. It's hard for you to forget it. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he's grieving in the public light. You know what I mean? Versus being able to kind of go away and do your thing. He still got to make music. He still got to make albums. So I can understand it's a little bit hard on him. I mean, I don't know. That could be his problem. It couldn't be his problem. I thought even when Kanye's mom was still around, he was still a little off to me. Like, he was just, his something about him just didn't seem right, man.
I'm huge in zodiac signs. He's a Gemini. Mm-hmm. And with Geminis, they say two-faced. Not two-faced like they'll turn on you, but two different faces. So they give you like one face that you always see, and then give you another side of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Kanye, he had two different sides to him. But I think the one that his mom actually always seen was his, her son, the loving, caring, guy like that. And then we have the business side of Kanye that the fans see and the people outside of his inner circle see. I just think that when his mom was there, she was able to reel him in. At least he had a spiritual guy. He had a spiritual soul that he can talk to that knew him from the birth, And I think once you lose that spiritual connection with somebody, man, because your mom, truth be told, I love my family. I love my soon to be wife one day. I love my baby girl. I love them. But when you the kid and your parent, looks at you in that light, your mama will save your life. Your mom has unconditional love for you.
Yeah, even if you're trash.
Even if you trash, your mom has that's still her offspring. She would put herself in risk, in order for you to live.
Of course.
And once he lost that unconditional love from somebody, because even with your wife or your girlfriend or whoever, besides your kid, because your kid's gonna have unconditional love for you, but your significant other, those conditions to that love. So
yeah, it's not unconditional. They can always get up and leave.
Yeah, they can leave, but your parents usually aren't gonna leave. I'm pretty sure there's been instances where parents have maybe disowned their kids, but you can't really never disown your kid.
No, they're still your kid. Exactly. Yeah. And I heard a long time ago, man, one told me, man, and I was a kid, I understood what he was saying, and as an adult, I understand more. Nobody can make you feel as good as your mom. When your mom is proud of you or whatever it may be, that feeling is almost irreplaceable, bro.
It is, bro.
Your wife can be proud of you. Your kids can be proud of you. That's cool too. But nobody can make you feel as proud as your mom looks at you and she's actually proud of you, and that's yeah, man.
Yeah, that's why I understood when Kevin Durant got up there and cried and said she the real MVP.
Kevin Durant, trash.
But his mom is the real MVP.
He is. Kevin Durant sure ain't the MVP.
Okay. Garbage, man. Oh shoot. Well, let's get off Kanye for a second. And get back to what we've been talking about from the beginning of this podcast, and that's LeBron James. Now, we're going to leave out Kevin Durant for the time being because last night they played a great game against the Pelicans, and they beat them, and I still love Drew Holiday. Anthony Davis didn't have a good enough game. But that's one game, and one thing about the playoffs is that you can't let one game turn into two.
Exactly. It's all about adjustments, man.
Yeah, and they'll make the adjustments. I think they'll win game two, personally. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't watch the game last night. I fell asleep, man, but I saw the score this morning. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I seen the score too. I didn't watch the game, but I always feel like the first game of every new series, obviously the home team has advantages, but I just think that the way the people were talking about the Pelicans upsetting the Warriors and Steph Curry might not play. I think what happens, and I hate to sound like an NBA analyst or a basketball analyst, but people start to feel themselves. And you just sometimes reality sets in. Sometimes that Thanos hope reality sets in.
The good whipping.
The good whipping.
Yeah,
it brings you back to reality and say, okay, we got to come with a strategy. We just can't come out here and think we're the best team because we just beat the Blazers 4-0. Yeah. So, but speaking about LeBron, man, you got to tell me about your guy. I love LeBron. And I got an interesting prediction once you explain about your guy. But he's the best player in the game. The man is, no doubt, Michael Jordan's 1A. I always had LeBron 2, but I think LeBron is creeping to 1B.
Okay.
That's speaking huge volumes for me. Now, sometimes I have to go back and watch Michael Jordan highlights to say, oh, boy, it's hard. But those highlights.
Exactly.
Right. So
versus watching the man play 4 games every day. Yeah.
So it's hard to, use those highlights and say, yeah, he's back to 2. Yeah. But, LeBron has nothing around him, bro. What you think he can do, man? You think he's gonna leave Cleveland?
I don't know why he would stay in Cleveland, man. He already publicly said they had a problem with Dan Gilbert and never really came up. They never really repaired their relationship, and Dan Gilbert being a Trump supporter and everything, that kind of stuff kind of keeps him. I think he's working on his exit out of Cleveland, and I think if he leaves Cleveland this time, it shouldn't be any backlash. He came back, he won a championship, he did what he said he was gonna do. I think it's time. If he leaves, he should be able to leave and go play without all the backlash or whatnot or whatever. But it's like, man, dude, like watching the Cavaliers game, because me being a LeBron fan, they upset me. You know what I mean? Like watching the Rockets game, of course, when they're playing bad, I get upset also because I'm a Rockets fan. But just watching that team play, I'm like, boy, y'all get so many open shots. Like, how do y'all keep missing these shots, man? I don't understand. Professional NBA players who are known for shooting 3-pointers, man, can't make shots. You know what I mean? And that's the killer because LeBron draws so much attention on defense. So you're kicking the ball to these guys in the corner, you got an open shot, and they just breaking it. And then Kevin Love is just an upset.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Love, man, but he's not. You gotta do better than what you're doing. I mean, like you consider an all-star and this and that, but right now, I don't know. He's playing like a shell of himself, man. Not to say he can't have one of them games where he come back and start hooping, but it's just like I can't remember the last time I seen Kevin Love make a 3.
I can't remember the last time I actually seen Kevin Love do anything in the game in the playoffs to say, man, boy, I know why they got you now. Like he has had good stretches, like in the finals that he's played good, but I mean I can't sit up and say he has games, like I said, they played the Warriors 3 straight times and he's played great in some of those games, but man, I'm talking about it's either feast or famine with that guy.
And the thing about it, man, just Cleveland in general, man, with him not doing anything, supposedly being the number 2 guy, it's like what do you have left? We all know that J.R. Smith has been inconsistent his entire career, and after that I can't even tell you who else on the team. Rodney Hood ain't doing nothing.
Nah, scared.
George Hill always hurt.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing. He's hurt right now.
Yeah, but even when he in the game, he trash. He might just stay hurt. They got rid of Shump, so Shump gone. I mean, Shump was trash too, but at least something bring some energy, some defensive energy. I told people, man, about Larry Nance, bro. Larry Nance got one move, dunk. Yeah. Outside of that, he ain't give you nothing else. He ain't gonna put no jump shots. He ain't about to give you no post moves. If he ain't dunking, he ain't give you nothing. So it's like, where's the help at? And the crazy thing about it is, right now in the playoffs, from what I've seen from the games I watched all of them except for the last game. Kyle Korver's been the second best player, and that's a damn shame.
That is a damn shame.
Not a knock against Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver wet. He can shoot.
Oh, he good.
All these other guys, Jeff Green, y'all can't do nothing?
Yeah, Jeff Green was a top 15, top 20 pick.
Really?
Yeah, he was first round pick.
Right, I'm not saying that because he was good for a while.
Yeah.
He did his thing in the league for a while. But
yeah, he was playing with Oklahoma City. He was playing with Memphis.
Yeah.
He played very, I mean, I think originally he was with Seattle. Yeah, that's how far Jeff Green goes back because him and Durant played together.
You're right. You know what? He was. I think, you're right.
So, the strange thing about LeBron, man, and the curious case about him is that he's going to have every stat imaginable that he's going to own in the NBA. I mean, when they show his stats that are like, people look at them as trivial stats, but they're still stats. When you record them, this man has the most triple-doubles, the most double-doubles in playoffs, the most this, the most that. I mean, there's people not even close to him, like in some of these stats. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he's always there.
Yeah, I mean, he's always doing his thing. The thing is, what he's going to always be knocked upon is the fact that when he does, he's not winning enough championships to be justified as the quote-unquote GOAT. And that's where I start to, at one point, I said, I got to draw the line in the sand between this because we talking about the GOAT, we just talking about, you add those accomplishments in there, but, your skill set obviously has more to talk about that. You have more, your skill set should talk about more about being the GOAT than your actual accomplishments. They add on to your resume, but it's not the complete full resume.
Exactly, correct. Like we talked about a while back with Barkley and Malone. Those guys are great players. Yeah. Considered some of the greatest of all time, but no rings. I mean, yeah, the rings will add to it, but honestly, getting a ring too is a lot of I don't say luck, but yeah, it's more luck because it depends what kind of teammates you have. Honestly, man, kind of the teammates, your coaching, everything. You know what I mean? So it's all that rolled up into one. And what LeBron got right now is trash.
He do, man. He's never had the classic. Well, they said LeBron has got rid of coaches and stuff like that. He's basically held the Cavaliers organization on the hostage, by trying to get certain players. I said, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad players. The NBA compared to NFL is completely different.
Exactly.
The NBA is players driven. The NFL is owners driven. Exactly. And you can see why the NFL are the lowest paid. You can see why they don't have no guaranteed contracts, and you can see why people like Colin Kaepernick can't get in the league. Exactly. Because if you try to imagine somebody trying to blackball or quote unquote whiteball LeBron out of the league,
it won't happen.
You can't.
Yeah, it can't. You can't.
It's impossible.
He's too important to any franchise, man.
Yeah.
I think if LeBron James had the same problem as Chris Bosh did, he'd still be on the team.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
Chris Bosh should still be on the team too.
Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there. But even if it was something like that, I think they'll find a way around it.
right, because it's so player driven in the NBA. The NBA is all about the stars.
Correct.
The owners are the background. I think in the NFL, the protest with Colin Kaepernick taking a knee and all that stuff, and all those other things. In the NFL, you got all kinds of things happening in the NFL, but it's really about that shield and about that helmet.
Exactly.
And so, but just to get back on LeBron, man, overall, man, I just think that with his team and the struggles that they've been having with the Pacers, it's been well documented this year. The Pacers beat them 3 times out of 4 in the regular season, and then obviously they beat them, 3 times, in the postseason. So they got one game. If LeBron doesn't score 40 tonight, they lose.
I 100% agree with you. But go ahead.
Yeah, but it's a but. If Kevin Love gets 20 points, they win by plus 10.
But see,
I can't see it. So I got
Pacers.
I got the Pacers winning tonight.
See, now here's the thing too. I thought about also. Now this me just thinking from a man point of perspective, not necessarily LeBron James. Do you think he's just like, man, I'm not going. Even if I do make it to the second round, man, it's gonna be I gotta do all this over and over again. Or he's like, you know what, man, I got one more game in Cleveland. I go out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's gonna lay down, but just his mentality. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a basketball player and a competitor, it's gonna be hard for you to lay down. But as people, as men, as guys who both play basketball, we all know that. Sometimes in the game, you're like, all right, man, we're getting a drill, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much we can do here, especially if it's a game with City League, for example. Some games with the clock going, and you down 15, 20 points, you're like, all right, man, I'm not about to sit up here. It's over, man. It's time you got this way. Just get out of the way or whatever. So I think that may have something to do with it, too. So I'm don't know where he's going, but I'm going to say I'm 85 to 90% sure he's leaving Cleveland because there's no reason to stay. I mean, they're not overpaid Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, so nobody want them contracts. How they going to get players in? Nobody want to come to Cleveland.
Yeah. And LeBron got Tristan Thompson that contract.
Exactly. LeBron got a lot of people paid.
He got a lot of people paid, man.
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson don't even play.
Don't even play. I forget he's on the team.
Me too, man.
So it's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I think part of that in his mind is like, you know what, man, it's my last game. I can go out on Cleveland floor. You know what I mean? I came back at Cleveland Championship. This is my win song. I'm out. I'm gonna go somewhere else and play. In the prime of my career and try to win some champions, have an easier time getting to the finals. So I think I think that's in his mind. It has to be in his mind somewhere because I know he's thinking like, because if I do come out here and ball my ass off tonight, give him 50 points, which he can do at any time. I think he can beat the Pacers at any time. But I think it's just like, dude, I really want to keep doing this, man. Because if you go to the next round, what do they got next?
Toronto.
They probably can beat Toronto pretty easy because Toronto's for some reason scared of LeBron.
I don't know what it is with Toronto and LeBron.
So it's like, oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's a man. He's not invincible. He got to be getting tired.
He definitely got to get tired. He doesn't have that Russell Westbrook energy in the sense that he knows he wants to keep competing for Oklahoma City. I think that he wants to compete for Cleveland, but like you said, that relationship between, the owner and him is shattered, man. I mean, it's been forever shattered. This owner has disrespected him, in the public eye. I mean, how can you play for a guy like that? And LeBron should have a lot of control, and he's going to influence the way the Cavaliers I understood why the Cavaliers kept that draft pick and they wanted to trade that draft pick to maybe get. And I don't know what they thought about trading the draft pick to get DeAndre Jordan from the LA Clippers. I like what DeAndre Jordan's gonna do for you. Exactly. Unless you're gonna get Anthony Davis or DeMar Cousins, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, because he ain't doing it for the Clippers right now.
Yeah, and you got to make a power move to get a second score. LeBron needs that. As much as we want to criticize every LeBron move, man, the fact that Kyrie left and him and Kyrie didn't get, that wasn't the situation. From what I heard, that really wasn't the case. But, Kyrie was just more like, he didn't know what LeBron was going to do. So he said, forget it. I'm just going to take control of my destiny, too. Mm-hmm. So I respect that. But
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but, to talk about teammates always having problems, internal problems, that's always going to be the case. I mean, Jordan and Scottie Pippen didn't never get along all the time. Magic and and a couple of players on. Magic and Norm Nixon. I know I'm taking it way back, but Norm Nixon was a great guard for the Lakers in the late '70s, early '80s. Great point guard, man. Him and Magic Johnson didn't get along. Larry Bird and Kevin McHale was a classic case of people who didn't get. Them guys didn't like each other. When do you ever hear Larry Bird and Kevin McHale talk about each other?
Not often.
Not often, if any time.
Yeah.
I know Kevin McHale respects Larry Bird's basketball game, but as far as how they work together as a team, nah, man. I heard those guys didn't get along. So, to look at LeBron and put him in this box and say, well, nobody can play with him because he's so dominating, because he needs the ball in his hands, or he's taking control of the team. You don't really have any say-so because LeBron has this. All that stuff is BS, and that's because you're hating on a guy who did take control of his situation. And heck, he's the best player in the game. Why he shouldn't want the ball in his hand?
Exactly. And then you got to think about what he said with Dan Gilbert, too. Dan Gilbert, man, he's terrible. I keep telling people this, man. Cleveland, the benefit of LeBron James being born close and accurate to Cleveland is the only reason that franchise is any kind of successful. Yeah. Because it's always, without LeBron there, it's always been a screw-up. He's screwing up draft picks. They pick Anthony Bennett. You know what I'm saying? It's just always been a big screw-up, man. So you got to look at that franchise in general as it not being a good franchise versus LeBron just being born and accurate, being close to that. And LeBron fixes everything when he come back. The winning come back. The economy come back when LeBron come back. So it's kind of like, it's and on top of that, just like you said, with a guy like Dan Gilbert, a guy that you're not really cool with or comfortable with, right. Man, how you can look going to him like, Mr. Gilbert, man, I need more players. I need this, I need that. It's kind of like, I don't even want to talk to this dude no more. So he may as well. Yeah. I think he should leave. I think he's going to leave. And I think tonight or today is going to be his win song. Yeah. I'm a player. I might give y'all 40 points or whatever. But you know what, Cleveland? I did it. Last guy, I tried my best, and you see what I'm left with. So,
yep.
That team going to be trash when LeBron leaves.
Oh boy, my goodness. Boy, they going back into the tanker.
Yeah, they going to the draft.
Yeah, they can say LeBron, trading Kyrie to Boston to get an injured Isaiah Thomas was one of the worst trades. But Kyrie said, I would rather have Kyrie sit out. Because
God, dog, really?
Yeah, because let me tell you why. Isaiah, as you made a point to in one of these podcasts, his volume went up. Mm-hmm. So he in that system, he became something that he really wasn't, that he thought he was. And when he went to Cleveland, he thought either bare minimum, me and LeBron is on the same level. He might be the franchise, but we on the same level. Because he got that hype in Boston.
Because he was at one point he was the franchise player in Boston. You're right.
So I never thought that situation was going to work, and you could tell by the way he was talking to the media that he was saying man, we not doing this. Our team sucks. That usually, granted, you can say what you want. You have freedom to speak of however you want. Now you got people have freedom to say what they want to say about you too as well.
Exactly, it's two-way street.
It's two-way streets, not a one-way street. And just seeing how he was going about that, I said, nah, he wants to be the alpha male. Mm-hmm. And not saying Kyrie didn't want to be the alpha male, but I think Kyrie understood. Because he never had the situation. Well, he did have the situation before he was the alpha male on the team, but the team was garbage. Exactly. So when LeBron came, he showed him, hey, this is what you need to do. Boston, on the other hand, had a great coach, and they won 50-some games, and that dude was feeling himself, bro.
Yeah, you're right. But you got to think about it. He was hooping, though.
He was.
You can't blame him. He's supposed to, as a basketball player, he's supposed to have, that's how he got to the NBA, because he's already a short guy. So you got to have the confidence to get there thinking he's better than everybody else. But for a while, he was playing top 5 in the league.
Most definitely.
For that year in Boston, he was playing top 5 in the league. But yeah, once again, it's the same thing with usage rate. Like now, Victor Oladipo looking better than Paul George because his usage rates went up. Mm-hmm. You looking at the Paul George led Pacers who could never beat LeBron, and this Pacers right on the verge of beating LeBron. So it's kind of like I don't think Oladipo's a better player than Paul George, but his usage rate is a lot higher. So that makes a difference. I think once again, there's a lot of guys in the league who can do that, depending on where you put him at. If you put that usage rate up. Mm-hmm. They seem a lot better than they really are.
Yeah. It's strange, man, that we looking at LeBron right now. This might be his swan song in Cleveland. But I'm not mad at it, man. It's not gonna put him down a rung for me as a GOAT if he his stature, his NBA stature, if he goes to the Philadelphia 76ers, he goes to the Rockets, I could care less. Mm-hmm. Because what people used to do doesn't mean that you have to do now. Just because back in the day we used to take horses around the world and, to go from Florida to California, doesn't mean that I have to get on the horse and travel in the woods to go to California. We have a new vehicle to, get us there quicker and faster.
Correct.
You don't have to go by what these old NBA players used to do. Wait it out, get whooped, and then hope for something to come.
Yeah.
That stuff doesn't work, man. I mean, these teams, you can say LeBron had to say so, but people fail to realize, just like we was talking about in the previous podcast, that you had the Rockets team up. You had the Celtics team up when the Rockets had Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, and it was older, and Hakeem.
It was washed.
But, Clyde Drexler went to the Rockets, and he was still pretty good at that time. Then you had, the big three at Boston got together. Then you even had the aging Karl Malone and Gary Payton go with, Shaq and Kobe. Now, you can look at it. There's ways you can look at that, but still, LeBron didn't start this trend. People understand what they need to do to get championships. And that's the biggest thing, man. You got to align yourself with great players.
You're 100% right about that, man. And if you want to stay in the East, I think personally Philadelphia would be his best choice. Those guys are young, talented. I think Philadelphia would be his best choice. If he goes to the West, he needs to go to Golden State.
I think he needs to go to
Let him go to Golden State, man.
That'd be unfair.
Let him go to Golden State, man.
Look, I'd rather him go to Houston. But at the same time, man, if he wants to go to Golden State and wins 5 or 6 championships, so be it, man. And the crazy thing is he's like, damn, finally I can sit back. Imagine LeBron. You can't double LeBron because you got KD. You can't double KD, and you definitely can't double Steph. You literally have to pick your poison. So your starting 5 would be LeBron, KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
Draymond got to go.
Well, one of them got to go.
Draymond, it's going to be probably 2 of them.
2 to get LeBron?
I would get rid of Draymond and Clay. Now they be Steph, KD, LeBron, and you can put JaVale McGee at the center, and you can put Andre Iguodala on the point guard, and you'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I'll put Andre at the 2 guard, however you want to do it, and let Steph run point. It don't matter, man. But, yeah, and for them to get LeBron James, somebody got to go.
Yeah. I just, man, I always kind of like my players to stay at one place because that's how I grew up, seeing a player associated with a city. But it's no longer the case.
Yeah, I mean, he's already went to Miami, so it ain't like he's been in Cleveland the whole time. He took a 4-year hiatus to go to Miami and, win or whatever, so he's already left once. So
yeah,
I think if he leaves, Cleveland fans are going to be Cleveland fans. They're going to be upset, you know what I'm saying, because he brings so much to that city. Just like Joakim Noah said, nobody went on vacation in Cleveland, man. No. You know what I mean? So with LeBron being there, you got basketball games, like I said, the economy started booming, people start selling more beer, everything when LeBron James there. So I understand the city being a little bitter about him leaving, but you can't really be mad at him for leaving. I mean, they came back and won the city a championship.
I think, you know what? And I actually think LeBron James had a say-so in South Korea and North Korea finally piecing it up, man. Yeah, bro. Imagine them North Koreans looking at them South Koreans at the border and like, bro, they got the cleanest. They get LeBrons, they get Jordans. Seoul is in South Korea. Yeah. So they get all the exclusive Nikes. I think LeBron had a say-so in that, man, too. So LeBron, not only has LeBron made Cleveland money, I think LeBron has bridge the gap between North Korea and South Korea. Forget what Kim Jong-un has done. I think he did it, bro.
What about Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman definitely had to say so.
Okay,
but yeah. Dennis Rodman definitely had don't get twisted. Dennis Rodman should be a diplomat around the world, bro.
Dennis Rodman trash.
Nah, man. Dennis Rodman is the original Kanye in basketball. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Dennis Rodman had a great run, bro.
I don't think Dennis Rodman went further than I don't think Kanye has went as far as Rodman. Yeah, man, Rodman.
Nah, man.
Piercings, tattoos all on his lips. Not tattoos, jeez, messing up names, man. Earrings all on his lips, man. Wedding dress. Kanye ain't doing nothing like that. Kanye tripping, but he ain't doing nothing like that yet.
Give it some time.
Oh, you're right.
Give it some time.
It's coming.
Yeah. Let him keep going out of control, man. That Kardashian curse is real.
You gonna listen to the new album?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Would I buy it? Nah.
No, yeah, no.
It's too easy to get stuff for free now.
Oh yeah, own the house.
Own the house.
But that, like I said, his new single, man, I listened to it yesterday, man. He's explaining what he got going on. It's interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's listen to it for yourself.
Okay, well, Kanye, LeBron, South Korea, North Korea, man, they all one and the same, bro.
You're right, man. Just ball up in one big ball.
One big ball, man. Yeah. Matter of fact, when I get done with the podcast today, I'm gonna get me some LeBrons.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm getting them 15s, bro.
The 15s.
The LeBron 15, the new ones he got out.
Oh, you gonna get them?
Yeah, the black and gold ones.
Okay.
Them things clean. I tried them on yesterday.
How they feel?
They tight.
Did they make you feel like a champion though?
They did.
Good, man. That's what matters, man. As long as you
did.
feel like a champion with them on, you good, bro.
They did. The 11s, I wear size 11, 10 and a half. We won't get into that. But I wear size, I said, let me try 10 and a half. They didn't have it. I put on that 11, like, ooh, this thing kind of tight on me. But it feel good.
They'll work this out. They'll stretch out, man.
Yeah, that's what they say with shoes. Sometimes you make sure you buy a shoe. If you buy a shoe, you might want to go a half size up, depending on what the shoe is, because it might not ever stretch out. I got some retro 3s. I said, let me get a 10 and a half with them. I bought them. Boy, them thing is killing me. Boy, my toes. Boy, I said, I know if I keep wearing these things, my toes gonna turn to hammer toes.
Yeah, you don't need that, bro.
Yeah, I said, man, you remember Martin in that episode? He was he had to take back them J's.
Oh yeah,
and he had to put on them air wax. He went, ouch.
Yeah,
it was some Chuck Taylors he actually put on. And put the air wax on.
Classic Martin episode, man.
Yeah, I just think, man. Overall, man, tonight, man, is going to be a bad night for Cleveland, the city of Cleveland. I think they're going down. I think Thanos is coming to town. I think the Thanos is basically in disguise of the Indiana Pacers.
You giving the Pacers a little bit too much credit, bro.
I'm just telling. I might, but
Thanos, bro.
Okay, maybe I might. All right, Ultron. Now Ultron.
Are we talking about Marvel Universe?
Marvel. We can talk about any universe.
Dr. Octopus, maybe?
Like,
he kind of just, they ain't really hard to beat, you know what I'm saying? Kind of just, I give him something like Dr. Octopus.
Okay, Dr. Octopus?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, I just think tonight Cleveland lose, man, at 3. They lose today at 3. They play a game at 3 or 3:30.
It's 1.
It's 1?
Yeah.
They play at 1?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
14 minutes, bro. I'm pretty sure I got that right. I was looking at it earlier. I think they play at 1 o'clock.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's an early game, man.
Well, speaking of time, man, how much time you think Bill Cosby going to get?
30.
Man, he can't get 30.
They play at 1 o'clock. Nah, I don't think he get. I know he's up for 30, man, but I don't know, man. It just seemed a lot. It just seemed real fishy to me, man. All of a sudden, all these women coming out of nowhere, because you know the civil suit coming next.
Yeah, the civil suit got to come.
You know what I mean? So all this time, man, all these women decided to keep secret, and now all of a sudden, all are coming back out. So not to say that he didn't do it, it just seemed a little fishy to me. That whole situation, like that nobody said anything. This Bill Cosby now.
Bill,
the man,
the legend, the myth.
Exactly, and nobody said anything about it. All of a sudden, and what's the white lady name, Janice Dickinson or whatever? She talking about? She come on, man, like
this is the 80s, right?
Yeah, this stuff 30, 35, 40 years old, man. So what are we doing here, man? But like I said, I don't know the stories. I don't really know the whole details of the case. But to me, just looking from the outside without any real facts, it seems like it's a little fishy that they didn't decide to say anything about this whole case, and now all of a sudden everybody got something to say about Bill Cosby and his raping. That's the best way to put it.
It's with Bill Cosby, and I don't know the laws of sexual assault or rape, but I'm pretty sure the what's the word I'm looking for? The
statute of
limitations is up on some of them, right?
Apparently not.
Well,
apparently not, man.
Well, I guess it's considered like murder, huh?
Yeah.
There's no statute of limitations on murder.
It's still there. Even if you, like my man up north got caught, the white dude.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name now. California.
Yeah, the Golden State guy. Yeah.
So they've been doing that for what, 30, 40 years? Yeah, been on the roll, man. It's just like you got him now. Okay, man.
I mean, you know what, man? Same thing with me. I think it's fishy. Not to say that nothing happened to those women, and we don't condone rape or any sexual assault.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said in the past, you know, speaking of my history, you know, the things that I did, you know, cool. But once again, I won't go too deep. I won't. But I tell you this. I never did anything like Bill or anything like that. Okay. I never did nothing like that. But, you know, the things that people consider sexual assault that you might not consider back in the day.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
We were all kids, man.
We all
grabbed the booty.
Yeah, we was all young adults doing crazy things on spring break, and at that time nobody, and I would never do anything forcefully to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the day when I was a young man, on spring break we did all kinds of crazy things.
Speaking of spring break, man, we're gonna have a spring break podcast, man.
Yeah, we need to have that one.
We gotta relive that story, man.
You gotta bring Larry in here for that one.
You know what? You're right, Larry. You're right, man.
Yeah, Larry got on that chat and said that he didn't.
Yeah.
Larry, not only did Larry leave the court,
yeah,
Larry got in his truck and didn't say nothing to nobody. He didn't even have a truck. He had a key, I think.
3 things happened that day, bro. The ball hit Larry's foot.
The ball hit Larry. Clearly hit his foot.
The ball hit Larry's foot. He said they hit his foot. The ball went out.
Mm-hmm.
Larry got mad. Larry took his ball and he left. So
Yeah.
the ball did hit his foot. He tried to deny that. He denied that he didn't take his ball, and he denied he didn't leave. All 3 things happened. I was sitting there.
Oh yeah, man.
I had a front row seat to it.
Yeah, man. I definitely had a front row seat to it.
Yeah.
Larry, when Larry played basketball, you can expect to blow up. It's gonna happen.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 times.
8 out of 10 times, yeah.
And Larry's the gentle giant.
But you know what it is? Usually when he playing against other people, it don't really happen too much with us.
Nah.
We playing against other people.
Cause we all homeboys. So we like, man, give us the ball, man, it's our ball. But when Larry playing against other people,
Yeah.
Larry is on. He already on like level 4.
He come to the court mad.
Yeah, he come to the court angry.
Yeah.
He just don't show it. And then once something happens, he ready.
It don't take much, man.
It don't take much at all. Larry ready. I mean, he on ready set go like, damn, already?
Streets watching.
Yeah, streets watching. But getting back to Bill Cosby, man, and just get back. Once again, I'm gonna make this clear again. I never did anything crazy. Everybody had crazy things going on in spring break or things that they can look at and like, that might not have been right for the times, but I never did what Bill Cosby is accused of doing. I'd say that.
Gotcha.
Never had that situation happen to me. But with Bill Cosby, man, a lot of people were saying that situation when he tried to buy NBC, or at least be a majority partner in NBC. They said that's where it all started, man. And the Hannibal Buress thing kind of kicked it off too, because it was always known, and they always said that between comics, is that was already known. Just like the same thing on Richard Pryor saying that he'd been with a man before. Mm-hmm. They said that was already new in that circle. They already knew about that stuff in that circle. It just never came to light. But when Hannibal Buress, got on that stage and talked about Bill Cosby, forget it, Night in the Flame. It was like a torch.
Yeah, he put all kinds of propane, glycerol,
man.
napalm, put everything on that situation, man.
Yeah, but you hate for women, any woman to be touched in a way that they don't want to be touched, or you hate for things to happen to women. Like, we all got important women in our life, and we don't want that to happen.
No, sir.
And we talked about this a while ago in the podcast when we touched on the Bill Cosby subject. But you got to say something to somebody. Exactly. I'm not saying they didn't, but it takes unity sometimes to flush out the bad stuff.
Correct.
And it happened, but man, some of that, and I haven't looked at the court documents. I haven't seen what they have talked about in the court, and eventually that stuff is gonna come to light. But but man, with that stuff with Bill Cosby right now at this time, and they was talking about him buying NBC and how these alleged allegations came out, and all these things that all combined in one man, all kind of seems fishy. I'm not saying what the women weren't saying aren't the truth. I'm just saying that it just seems kind of off. The timing is off. And to be honest with you, it's never a wrong time to talk about sexual allegations if it happened to you. You need to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, bring it to the light.
Bring it to the light. But you got people 40, 50 years that, the drum could have been beaten in the 80s, the 90s. This guy, his height, you could have beaten that drum. Mm-hmm. And we could have if you wanted to flush this out, we could have flushed that out a long time ago. But people said they were scared.
Scared of what?
My whole point exactly.
Yeah, man, I understand. Like, with the what's my man name? The guy who started off, the white dude, producer.
Harvey Weinstein?
Harvey Weinstein, because Harvey Weinstein controls a lot of the Hollywood stuff. So if you're a Hollywood actress or wherever and you're trying to stay in that business and maintain, he has a lot of power in that business. So I can understand the fear coming out there. But these women didn't necessarily work for Bill Cosby or they wasn't in the, and even on top of that, Bill Cosby flamed out early 90s. He was still getting that money, but, people thought after the Cosby show went off, Bill Cosby, what other projects he had?
He did it like after the Cosby show, they did a quick little spin off with him and
Claire.
Yeah, Claire.
Yeah, and that was still the 90s, wasn't it? It may have been early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, he wasn't like, he was like, Bill Cosby was still...
Right.
Oh, of course, I'm sure he's still a powerful man when it comes to entertainment. But
sure.
It's not like he's, Weinstein. Like most of these movies are the guys. If Harvey Weinstein isn't making the movie, he knows the person who is making the movie. So if you want to talk about this or that, Weinstein can make sure you're not in that movie. You know what I mean? That's your livelihood. But these women just, it seemed like Cosby was everywhere. He was just, all kinds of women from different angles everywhere. So what's the fear of speaking up if it's,
That's the thing. You got to say something. And the fact is, I guess the internet has helped a lot of people, right? Because the internet, you throw something out on the internet now, man, people are apt to believe it. Yeah, that's a huge game changer. Because back in the day, even in the 90s and even in some part of the early 2000s, you didn't have social media platforms. You didn't have, the internet was in its infancy stage and when people was using it, but it wasn't as powerful as it is today. Mm-hmm. So, and then obviously one of the biggest things is cell phones. I mean, you could use your cell phone and type out a tweet about anybody, anytime, anywhere, or take a picture, and you can, boom, the whole world knows about it.
Exactly.
So, some of that stuff might be timing in the sense that the perfect time with the internet, cell phones, social media, man. I mean, it's just, maybe it was the perfect time for Bill Cosby to go under. He was convicted of this. I don't always believe that somebody's convicted under law is always guilty. They were just guilty of what they couldn't prove in that court. But it doesn't necessarily, for me, there's been plenty of people who've been convicted of things and they turn out to be innocent as well. So that's it's always been a flawed system because you can never, you're really doing a he say, she say, or he say, or she say, damn, try to say that 30 times.
Yeah.
Boy. But at the same time, it's still flawed, bro. And you can't tell nobody that system isn't flawed. Because, you can use evidence, but evidence can be skewed a certain way. You can use witness testimony. That can be skewed a certain way. So it's all bad for everybody. I feel bad for all parties involved, regardless of people say, well, how can you feel bad for a convicted rapist? Well, at the same time, I know some of the stories, but I don't know the details of the stories to be like, I'm going to jump on the judicial side of why he's been convicted and say, he's a rapist, and and granted he's labeled as a rapist now, but man, I just seen plenty of situations where people who were convicted of that turned out to be innocent.
Exactly,
and maybe because of DNA too.
I was just about to say, I was reading something a couple days, I forget what it was. It was a commercial, something I saw. They was talking about the number of people who've been exonerated because of DNA evidence. So that just goes along, man. He did it. I'm for sure he did it. I'm for sure he did it. That was him. This guy. And then 30 years later, DNA come out and he wasn't even there. Right. You know what I mean? So that's always something to consider. So
right. And what they was saying they was taking back in the day, that little drink that Bill Cosby gave the women to knock them out.
Oh, I don't know exactly what it was, man.
I forget.
I know these roofies, but I don't know if that's what he was using. But
they said that was the party drug back in the day.
Yeah, I heard it still is, depending on what party you at.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying the whole situation is not casting anything on anybody. I'm not saying these women are lying. I'm not saying anything to that note. But,
correct.
But what I am saying is that from an outsider perspective, I have to look at everything in totality. I just can't look at it from the lenses of the people who are accusers. I got to look at the lenses from the accuser as well. That's you got to look at both sides. That's why certain cases are presented. But he was convicted in a court of law, and he's now labeled as a rapist.
It's true.
That's pretty much what it boils down to. Sorry for the women who had to go through this. It's crazy, but man, Bill Cosby, like we said before, he was America's dad.
That Fat Album movie was trash.
I didn't watch that movie. Matter of fact, I probably did watch that movie.
With Kenan Thompson?
Yeah, that was garbage.
It's super. hideous, dog. It was super. It was like Kevin like Marcus Houston was in it. Oh my god.
Oh man, what? I can't even think of some of the cast people in that Fat Albert movie.
It was Kenan Thompson, Marcus Houston, and that light skinned girl.
Light skinned girl.
I can't remember her name now, man. A little young girl. Well, she's probably in her 20s now, man. But she was a girl who was on. I don't know, man.
Oh, okay.
That movie was trash.
Oh, okay. Man, that's crazy. But Bill, from a lighter note, from Bill Cosby, and I don't think he's gonna get 30 years. By the way, there's no way he gets 30. But one last little note to Bill Cosby. Man, he definitely for a lot of years he did a lot of great in the community. Mm-hmm. Now you can't take that away. And the Cosby Show was a great show. Yeah, for a lot of Black Americans to look at, to say, and I think at the time when they did the Cosby Show, they was talking about when he pitched that to the producers, a black doctor and a black lawyer. They said nobody would buy that. Mm-hmm. Nobody would believe that. Yeah, that a family has a black lawyer and a black doctor. This in the early '90s. Yeah, and because they were so used to good times, seeing black folks in a different light. Sanford and Son. The poor man's black folks. But that show, NBC was losing at the time. They was losing it. I forget what the top show on NBC was in the early 90s, but they were struggling. Mm-hmm. And when the Cosby Show actually brought it back to being number one during that time. Show. It was a great TV show. Yeah. So, but one thing I appreciate, Bill did, you can demonize a lot of folks for what they did, and definitely since he's been convicted, I mean, he has to be demonized for being, convicted sexual, I don't know if technically rapist or whatever, but he's, convicted of sexual assault, but I don't know the key terms for that, but whatever terms to really say about that. But he did a lot of good for a lot of folks, and maybe he did use those things to mask what he was doing outside of that, because a lot of people have done that. Mm-hmm. Just because they give you one person, they can be a different person in the dark. So, but he always demonized young black men.
I forgot about that.
He did that.
I forgot about that.
Now, that's one thing that I didn't appreciate from Bill. He never took the time to understand what now, he did a lot of great, but I think he came from a place when he talked to a young black man, and, specifically, let's just say Eddie Murphy or D.L. Hughley or some of these, and he didn't even like Richard Pryor for what some of his acts were. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys, like even in the Living Color, I think Living Color was a great show, by the way. Yeah. But all these guys who was prominent black men who was in Hollywood or who had some type of success, they always said Bill. Now Bill had great relationships with some of them. Don't say all of them. But man, they say he used to come off as that angry dad and never took the time to understand them. So he didn't have a lot of people in his corner from the black community.
That's understandable. I mean, yeah, that's something you gotta think about, something you gotta consider. You know what I mean? You never. Well, let me not say that. Yeah, that's something you gotta consider. Basically, is what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, man. Yeah, I mean, I actually forgot all about that till you just said something about it. But I remember Bill Cosby definitely having those problems, man, with not being relatable to certain people in the community.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he didn't relate to the hood dudes. Yeah. He didn't relate to the people that he helped a lot of folks who wanted to be helped. And you can't help everybody in the community. Yeah. But sometimes you got to go and understand in somebody else's habitat where they're coming from. You just can't come from them and point the finger at them, because once you do that, you're gonna get resistance naturally. Exactly. Why guys are sagging their pants? Why guys got gold teeth in their mouth? Why guys don't technically wear business suits and all? It's all because of how they grew up and what their habitat is and how they're used to living. I mean, you can't put a worldview on somebody's internal views of how they should be living within their society or their or wherever they're coming from.
What about Slick Rick?
Oh, I love Slick Rick.
Gold teeth.
Gold teeth. That
gold
patch.
Chains.
You ever seen Slick Rick eye?
I don't. Is it out there?
I get.
Is it a?
He has. I heard he has an eye. I think.
You sure? I think he lost it, man.
Did he lose it?
I want to say he lost it. I'm gonna make this story up. I'm pretty sure I heard this. Okay. I think they say he had like some medical issue or something as a child and he lost his eye. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or was that Fetty Wap?
Fetty Wap eye gone.
It's all the same, man. I don't
Okay.
know. Either way, man. I don't know if he has an eye there or not.
Okay.
Let's Slick Rick the truth, though.
Slick Rick the truth. I used to love in the late 80s. See, my sister was older than me, obviously. She used to play them songs because she was in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
She used to love a Teenage Love. Man, that song.
Slick Rick the truth, man.
Yeah, Slick Rick is a very underrated rapper.
I was about to say, Slick Rick is underrated, man. They always consider him, you talking about, storytelling rap, you pretty much put him at the top. But Slick Rick was smooth, bro.
Yeah, Slick Rick came, you remember, he came to the Capitol Luau. You remember that one year we went up there? It was Slick Rick, Outkast. It was 1999. Slick Rick, Outkast, when they had the Capitol Luau when you went out to Quincy.
Okay, yeah, they did that song. Cause he came out with a song with Outkast. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. On the art of storytelling.
Yeah. It was me, you, Gino. I think I rode with you. Well, I think you rode up there.
I had the wagon, didn't
You had the wagon. Yeah, classic days.
Good old days. Man.
Good old days, man, when you didn't think about all this foolishness, this racism, this sexualized sexual assaults on women, all this, all this stuff that's happening in this world that you got to deal with every single day, man. And, man, it was an easier time, man, just to sit back and just chill, man. I wish the world can be just a chill. Everybody, you know what? Everybody needs to get on that page with South Korea and North Korea right now. They chilling.
Shake hands.
Shake hands,
Call it
bro.
a day.
Call it a day, man. Let's get back to calling it a day, man. Live life.
How long they been feuding, man?
For 70 years? 70 plus years?
So we hadn't even known. In our lifetime, we never known North Korea and South Korea to be. That's amazing.
Not even close, bro. Yeah, and that's good, man. It's like the old classic, the Berlin Wall, or the Berlin Wall. Yeah. When they had West Germany, East Germany.
I remember the Berlin Wall coming down. As a kid, I didn't realize the significance of it. I was like, wow, this is wall coming down. Like,
Yeah.
Looking back, that's very
big. Yeah, you got some African nations like that. They got civil war happening in those countries.
Oh yeah, we keep them going everywhere, man.
Yeah, they happen everywhere. Every year is a war going on. You just don't know it.
Of course.
Every place in the world, it's a war going on.
Not every year, all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
all the time. All the time. If it's Serbia and Russia, or if it's some African countries, or if it's somewhere in South America, if it's actually in North America, it's a war. It's a war going on every day. Yeah. You just not privy to it.
So Pastor Troy said, "Be ready, man.
You gotta be ready.
Ready for war, bro.
Yeah. You gotta have the mayors.
If you learn nothing from Pastor Troy, you learn that you need to be ready for war.
Oh yeah, he was definitely ready, cuz.
Oh yeah, stay ready.
Oh yeah. He had some soldieries too. Yeah, he definitely. You ever wore some soldieries?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know this. I like soldieries.
I had the soldieries. I had the patent other joints. Remember in ninth grade? I don't know if you remember what now. I had the clean, bro.
What color was it?
You think about it, you ain't seen nobody with them, have you? They had the black joints. Black patent leather, soldieries.
It was clean. I like them.
Clean, cuz.
I like the soldier. I always like the soldieries. I had no problem with them.
Where'd you get them?
They got some out?
Pretty freaking find them, dog.
Yeah, I can find some soldieries.
Craigslist.
Yeah, I like the old. I like the Reeboks. Not the Reeboks that had like the lines going like this. They had like a line going here and a line going through here. It was I don't even know.
You talking about the classics? Like
the classics. Yeah, the low tops. That's what they call it, just Reebok classics.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I love them things. Yeah, they got a pair of gang Reeboks. Like they literally like they got the 400 on the back. Like these are some LA blood type Reebok. I'm like, bruh, don't wear them shoes, man.
It sounds trash.
It is trash. I mean, it says Locust or something. It's one of these gangs.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, bro, you wear that Reebok in LA.
Yeah, wear that Reebok anywhere. You asking for it.
You asking for it, man. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, what we looking like on time, man?
An hour and 12 minutes.
Okay, all right. Well, we about to end this thing because we wanted to make sure that we just wanted to get about an hour and, so in here. So
yeah, and the game started 7 minutes ago.
Okay, what's the now? Can you give me a score update?
Yeah, I'll give one real quick.
Give me a score update right now, man.
LeBron 6. No, I don't know. Let me see.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure LeBron got all the points.
Okay.
J.R. Smith, so God, dog.
Okay.
Earl. Why the hell he go by J.R. anyway? His name Earl.
You wouldn't go by J.R.?
You know what? You got a point.
Yeah, Earl.
Earl Manigault was the truth, man.
That's old school.
Yeah, you're right.
See, old OGs can have Earl.
DMX?
See, DMX. I mean, you got people who call him Earl. But
yeah, his mama call him Earl.
Oh, his mom probably definitely call him Earl.
It's not a score. It probably hadn't tipped off yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Speaking of Speaking of Earl, what about my shoes?
They clean.
Okay.
Yeah, they clean.
Yeah.
But suede though?
It's like carpet suede, bro.
Mm.
And they not that really good suede.
Yeah,
On
it's like that car interior suede, cuz. Well, no, cuz.
Oh shoot. Yeah, man.
Ricky Rubio out too, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, hamstring. They said he might mess up the 10 games.
Oh, they done. I mean, it was done anyway playing y'all. Y'all, the Rockets is 11.5-point favorite right now.
No, cuz. Rudy Gobert.
No, man.
Rudy Gobert stay healthy, bro. It's hard to get around that dude.
Y'all fine. The Timberwolves is a bad matchup because they was technically like a 3 seed.
Correct.
You know, y'all playing a 3 seed, but they had injuries and they became 8 seed.
Yeah.
And the West was already divided by like, from 3 to 8, like
1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
Correct.
So no big thing with that. I don't think the Jazz match up well with the Rockets. The only reason why the Jazz will win one game against y'all is because they got that. Utah still one of the hardest places to play a basketball game at. Just because of the atmosphere and Salt Lake City and how I just think they crowd are getting in one game. I think Houston will be up 3-0 and they'll win the 4th game, and then Houston close it out in the 5th.
What about Donovan Mitchell?
Amazing.
That dude playing some good basketball.
That dude is yeah, man. I mean,
in the playoffs.
First
year. First year. True rookie.
But as you say, once they get tape on you.
Oh yeah, next year they gonna. But they ain't gonna be like that next year. I can promise you that.
Nah, he's still gonna be good, but once they get that tape on you, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna change.
Yeah. So.
What about Westbrook? Man, you seen Westbrook slapping phones on people's hands post game? You see that?
Oh yeah, I seen that. That's Westbrook though. Westbrook a high energy guy, man. It goes both ways. Man. You can't have that much energy, man, and all channel into playing basketball. Sometimes once you leave the basketball court, you ready, bro.
He probably give his wife trouble at home, boy.
I can't see it.
Westbrook in the bedroom, all homo. Oh my goodness, dog. All that energy, bro. Westbrook. I'm gonna say it now. Russell Westbrook is an animal in the bedroom, bro. I guarantee you.
Think he's an animal?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh man, too much Sprite, bro.
No, yeah.
Was he? No, he do Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah.
Oh my bad, Mountain Dew. Too much Mountain Dew, bro. That's what happens, man. You can't drink a Mountain Dew before you play a basketball game.
Man, he probably drink during a basketball game.
Oh man, taking them 5-hour energy shots for Mountain Dew, bro. Nah, that's not good for your health.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's interesting watching a character like, not even a character, but a basketball player like Russell Westbrook, because he's so unique, and he's so special that you can't take your eyes off of him.
Correct.
But sometimes he looks like a train wreck waiting to happen too, so you can't take your eyes off of him.
Correct.
The man shot 40 times, bro. The man shot 40 times in game 6. He was 14 out of 40. Bruh. Now, I know Michael Jordan used to have them days when he shot 30 times. I done seen it. I seen Michael shoot 39 times and go 9 for 39. I said, but... I said, what? I said, oh my goodness.
That's a lot of times to shoot the basketball.
That's a lot of times to shoot the basketball. I seen him actually in the NBA Finals against Phoenix shoot the ball 39, 40 times.
God, dog.
That's a lot of times to shoot the basketball. That's why I love LeBron. LeBron is a very efficient scorer.
Yeah, Jordan's very efficient too, but we all had to, yeah.
Some days I'm like, cuz you need to get that thing up, boy.
Sometimes you got to pass that ball, man.
Pass that ball. And speaking of Jordan, and we go back to Russell, I was looking at the highlights against the Bulls versus the Knicks in Game 6. He made key passes to B.J. Armstrong, key passes to Scottie Pippen. And then that goes back to what we was talking about last podcast, that LeBron gets crucified for that. But the difference is that Michael Jordan people is hitting it.
That makes a difference, man.
That makes a difference, man. That makes a total difference. But yeah, Westbrook, bro, yeah, he. I think that's why Durant left him, because he said, "Cuz you never turn off, do you?"
If I was like, nope, nope, you get what you get, man. Sorry, JD.
He gonna win a championship though. I don't know if he's gonna win a championship in Oklahoma City. I think he's gonna win a championship later on in his career once he's no longer that player, and he's gonna go to a championship team.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to leave OKC. 'Cause right now, man, people not going. I think Paul George's gonna leave. Carmelo gonna stay because he's stuck. Carmelo, anybody good? Open market Carmelo, maybe $8 million. Maybe $8 million.
Yeah, maybe.
And well, I don't know, with the current climate, he may get double digits. He may give him like 10 or 12, maybe for like one season. But he's not about to get that $20 million he's getting paid. He's just gonna ride that contract out and do what he got to do because Paul George gone, man.
Yeah,
he talking about he want to stay. He's saying everything he's supposed to stay. That man want to go. He in love with LA.
Sure, I'll go to LA too over Oklahoma.
He gonna be trashing LA.
Don't matter. You in LA.
Oh yeah, man. If you talking about Paul George, yeah,
That's where he from.
Yeah, he gonna be trashing LA.
Yeah, he gonna be. That's like
you gonna find out how trash the team is real soon.
Yeah.
How below average of a coach Luke Walton is.
Yeah, I mean, we already know Luke Walton isn't. Nah, he's not a good coach. He's not a good coach. Maybe he could become one, but I can't see it.
He coaching a bunch of Jets, man. He wasn't a good player either. He coaching a bunch of Jets, man. And they overachieving right now, man. But I'm telling you, bro, that team ain't gonna be.
Didn't the Knicks fire Jeff Hornacek?
Yep. The Knicks fired Jeff Hornacek. They're looking at Mark Jackson. Kenny Smith was one of the candidates.
Kenny Smith?
The Jet.
The Jet?
Kenny the Jet Smith was one of the candidates.
Not need
Kenny Smith.
Okay.
Kenny Smith get buckets now. Don't sleep on Kenny Smith.
Oh, I won't.
Ron Artest said he wanted to be a coach. I don't know if they consider him as one of the candidates, but he said he wanted to put his name in the hat for coach.
He should, man.
Meta world peace.
He should, man. Listen, man. Coaching doesn't necessarily have to be coaching. One thing about coaching, you gotta dial it back a little bit. You gotta be a guy who sees it from all angles. But you gotta have a certain standard. And one thing about Ron Artest is that he's gonna play hard and he's aggressive. And usually, sometimes, not all the time, but usually sometimes your standard of coaching translates to your players. Maybe Ron Artest might add that extra necessary aggressiveness in the New York Knicks, man, that the city of New York loves. Because the city of New York is rough, tough, dirty, ugly, all of the above. Grimy. But it's but between all of that, it got some beautiful spots and beautiful things in New York. I've never been to New York, so you talking to a man who's just speaking on what he's seen on TV.
You're accurate.
Okay. But
accurate.
Okay. But
DJ Khaled.
But I think sometimes a change of culture, man, and going outside the box can be good. If you go outside the box and choose the president of the United States, you can go outside the box and choose a coach for an NBA team.
100% right.
Yeah, so.
Scored 9-2, by the way. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Cleveland up. LeBron up. 9-2.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll see. And it's a beauty. And by the way, guys, Just
started Tristan Thompson.
Okay. Dang. For real?
LeBron got 4. Love got 3. Tristan Thompson got 2.
Oh, my goodness. Man. All right. Jeez. Shout out to Tristan on Kardashian.
See, that's goes back to your boy Teron Lue. We don't know how many lines have they had since the playoffs started.
About 30.
Find somebody and stick with him, man. Like what are you doing? Why you took Tristan out the lineup in the first? Tristan trash man, but he was serviceable. He was doing his thing, but now you took him out of the lineup and he out of rhythm now.
Tyronn Lue don't want to coach in Cleveland, man.
Man, Tyronn Lue need to go back. Tyronn, he trash, man.
Man, just take your bread and go home, bro.
Yeah.
He from Nebraska.
Oh, David Blatt was also a consideration.
David Blatt?
David Blatt was a consideration for the coaching job in New York. And the crazy thing about it is he might end up getting it, man. Out of all the coaches, they got Mark Jackson like Colin Kaepernick. They don't give Mark Jackson the chance for nothing, man. So I think out of that core they said, yeah.
You speaking of Colin Kaepernick, they just released like what the owners were saying behind closed doors when they was talking about the Colin Kaepernick situation, and they was talking about Trump and how the owners was just disrespecting Trump and saying man, he's been divisive, he did, but we have to we don't want to upset the apple cart, and basically the collusion that everybody thought was happening is actually happening.
Of course,
we already knew that he was getting railroaded, that he couldn't come back in the NFL.
Of course.
You telling me 32 teams, and they bring guys off the street, and you can't bring this one guy out to play football because he sat quietly and he didn't want to disrespect anything.
Exactly.
And it was a soldier who told him that he should do this. You know, he got advice from a soldier. It's crazy, man.
Goes to show.
And you got murderers, you got rapists, you got women beaters.
NFL got some of everything.
Everything in the NFL.
Yeah.
But a guy who sits quietly.
No trouble. Clean.
But takes his First Amendment right, or whatever, his Second Amendment, one of these amendment rights. We just say all of them. And chooses not to say anything, do anything.
We don't like that.
We don't like that.
You can kill, man. You can rape.
You can kill. You can rape.
You can get drug convictions, man. You can get caught on drugs. We cool with all that as long as you play football. But boy, if you tell us how you feel, bro, you gotta get out of there, man.
Nah, bro.
Like that. Not at all.
Nah, you sit down for the flag. Nah, we can't have you do that. Okay. It's terrible. Terrible way of thinking, man. Terrible logic on a lot of things. You care more about a flag than You care more about a flag than people's health. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Welcome to the NFL, man.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL. Not for long league.
Shout out to Roger Goodell.
Shout out to that dude get paid $50 million a year. His family gets lifetime health membership. Health. He gets a private jet. Shout out to Roger Goodell for finessing the owners.
Yep,
finessing them great.
Jerry Jones was like, man, y'all really going to get this man for $40 million? I was like, yep. You better not say nothing else about it.
Say nothing else about it. Mm-hmm. Respect to Roger Goodell.
Yeah, shout out to Jerry Jones too.
Yeah, shout out to Jerry Jones too. You know, I never cared for you because I hate the Cowboys. So shout out to you, man. You know, yeah, and F the Cowboys. Yeah, shout out to Dez. I told you, Dez.
Is he going to the Giants?
I hope so.
You sure?
Oh, you know what?
Dez kind of watch, bro, and he known to be a problem.
The problem with Dez is that he was with the wrong team. He was with Dallas.
You probably got a point there.
Yeah, so now he can come to a city like New York, and he don't have to be under that particular ownership. And we know most owners support the current president. That's fine. Your politics don't interfere for what you should do. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the Giants, New York City, will embrace him.
Of course y'all will.
Yeah, the Giants will embrace him.
New York athletics has been terrible for a while, man.
It has, but no worries, man. The Giants will be back, bro. Just like anything. Well, the Knicks, I can care less, you know. But if they come back, they'll come back. They might need to get Walt Clyde Frazier and what's my guy's name?
Willis Reed.
Earl the Pearl Monroe. Dave the Busher.
What's my man that can get hot on you, man?
Walt Clyde Frazier?
No, man. New York legend, bro. Oh, basketball player, man.
Old basketball player?
Dark skin, yeah. He older basketball. Wow, what's his name? Bernard King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bernard to give you buckets, boy.
Yes, sir.
Them old man game hasn't, because I haven't seen, ain't too many players who play like an old man, like the old man 80s and 70s. Mm-hmm. But boy, you play against them dudes will wet you like crazy from the mid-range. Yep. Them dudes, Bernard King give you buckets. Yeah, shout out to Bernard King. He played for Tennessee, University of Tennessee. It was a great documentary about him, you know, playing for basketball for the University of Tennessee. Great documentary. Go check it out.
What's it called?
I forget. Just type in Bernard King, University of Tennessee.
Did you watch it, man, or you tell me to watch it?
I watched it. I did watch it.
Okay. Just making sure, man.
I watched it.
Okay.
All right. So we got anything else, man? I know probably, 1:30, right?
Yeah, it's 1:39, man. I'm trying to get home and watch some of this game.
Okay. All right. So
see LeBron James win some. But I don't know, man.
Got anything else we want to tell the people? Well, we will want to make a quick announcement. We will be on a different podcast, and we're gonna be talking about sports on this podcast. We won't bring you anything. We're gonna leave the Raiders alone. Well, maybe we're gonna leave. All these other things out. We're just gonna talk about sports. We're just gonna have a clear mind about sports, and we're gonna be on this podcast. And it was courtesy of our guy who was on our podcast last week, which is Joseph Ward, and we're going to be on this podcast talking about sports and, you know, giving our opinions about certain things. Probably we're going to be talking about LeBron probably the whole podcast.
Yeah, it's either going to be in the second round or you're going to be home. We'll find out real soon.
The NBA is going to realize that they need LeBron more than they think they do.
LeBron, yeah.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about the NBA is that the NBA will always recover, but it's going to be a moratorium period once he leaves, man. It's like when Jordan left. It was a while he was kind of like, what's going on here, man? I don't want to watch this, man. I think that's around the time, man, where
had a lockout season.
The lockout season. Then we had that Spurs Pistons. It was like,
good basketball. but no names. I mean, Tim Duncan's a name, but Tim Duncan never wanted to be a superstar. He was a superstar by skill, but he was a star. I don't even know if he was a star. He was just a normal guy.
He was a star. I wouldn't consider him. I put him in the Kawhi Leonard bowl. I think to me, man, to be in
You
order
don't
to
think
be
he was a superstar?
No, I'm gonna say star. In order to be a superstar, it takes everything else with it.
I said the skill set was a superstar.
See, I think Kawhi Leonard got a superstar skill set, but I don't think he's a superstar.
Okay.
This is his personality, man. You don't want to do nothing. He just want to go play basketball and be quiet. You can't be, to me, what I consider a superstar is when you transcend basketball. People start knowing you outside that. It's a whole bunch of stars in the league. Everybody's a lot of guys who can play really, all of them can play good. You know what I mean? There's some guys in the league who are great and still considered stars. Damian Lillard, even though he has some commercial interest kind of out of, he's still a star.
Yeah.
Superstars, Curry, KD, hell, as many commercials they put in Draymond Green in now, he may be considered a superstar.
Yeah, LeBron, yeah, the normal. James Harden, Chris Paul.
Yeah, superstars.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you know, it's only like, what, if you look at that, it's probably, 5 or 7 players in the NBA who might be superstar?
Yeah, it's not a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, we're going to be on that podcast. And as always, we tell y'all to go out to the Nothing Above the Moon 60@gmail.com. You know, put in your questions, put in your topic discussions that you'd like us to talk about. We'll be more than happy to talk about anything that you put in that email. So let us know.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else? We always got to plug SoundCloud. Make sure you go to the Nothing Above the Moon SoundCloud page. Subscribe to the channel. Get the latest content. And that's pretty much it.
Every Tuesday we're gonna get back on schedule. Every Tuesday we're dropping new content. Every Tuesday, look for it.
I don't got no encouraging words right now. I just remember that sometimes you gotta come prepared. Don't go out there being Hulk against Thanos, bro. Make sure when you go to work, make sure you prepare. When you say a speech, make sure you prepare. When you throw them hands, make sure you prepare.
You're 100% right. I think Hulk was prepared.
Man, that's bad then.
That's bad when you come in prepared and then what hits you is something you wasn't expecting. You can be prepared all you want to, but it's always unexpected.
What Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan until they get hit.
Exactly. Until you get punched in the mouth.
You get punched in the mouth. But sometimes, man, you know, if this world was decided by, you know what, bro? You keep talking, we're going to throw these hands. You won't see that. You won't see too much people talking. Some people going to have to walk away. I seen a dude. I told you years ago. I seen a dude in Guthrie's years ago. That dude. We in there getting a chicken box. Some dude coming out. It was a big dude. He wasn't huge, but he was a tall, big dude. He was in there getting a chicken box. I guess he said something. I don't know if he was directing it to that guy, but the guy who was big came up and said, "What you say? You want? What you want?" Cause I see people get cheesed up, but that was like, we talking about mozzarella with gorgonzola with feta, all the cheeses combined in that type cheese up. Man, that dude said, "Yeah, what I thought." He walked on. Cause when he walked on, he said, "Man, that man don't want none." You feel me? I said, "No, I never thought I would ever see this situation ever occur in my face." I thought the dude was coward 100%. The dude walked away, got out of the building, got in his car, and that's when he started talking trash. "Man, that man didn't want none. Boy, I'll get that man that something."
Wow, that's the worst kind of cheese, man. Because you could, as a man, you could take a cheese and be like, "All right, man, I don't, you know what, bro? I'm good. I don't want none." And call it that. But when you talking trash after the man leave, bro, that lets you know that it's making it more obvious that you were scared, bro. That's a super cheese, man.
We all been scared. I went playing basketball. It was a dude named Ron, and we were playing basketball. He kept talking trash. I said, "What's up?" You know, we just kept playing basketball. And then, you know, I talked trash on the court, and that went out really good. And when this in Broward, and he walked up in my face and said, "Man, you ain't gonna do nothing." At that point, I don't talk. You gonna throw them hands, but I ain't say nothing. It wasn't like, "Let's do it." I just got quiet. I said, "If you gonna throw them hands, you just gonna throw them hands." Right. I wasn't running away from it. I mean, it was just a one-on-one. It was just like, man, you ain't gonna do nothing, boo. I just like, I didn't get cheese. I'm just like, what?
You took the cheese, bro.
What is it? Is it gorgonzola or is it mozzarella?
Gorgonzola, man, that's a super cheese, like your boy. Were you talking afterwards? Because you were scared the whole time, but you didn't want people to know you were scared. Then you admitted you're scared afterwards. That was more like a cheddar. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say nothing, so.
Cheddar cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but it was all good after the game, you know? But he said, yeah, boo, boy, you don't want. I said, man, come on, man. Well. Yeah, so. But yeah, everybody had their little cheese days. So I was a young kid. I was like, that's when age mattered. Like when you was, when you were 14, you 12 or something like that. So, all right. So, well, we gave y'all the cheese. We gave y'all Thanos. We gave you Bill Cosby. We gave you LeBron James. We ain't got no more. We out of here, man.
Yep. All right.
Okay.